What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. I'm sure you just noticed, why is Alita down there? For a good reason. Prime 1 is not shipping their Terminator line for literally a year and a half. And I'm like, I don't like having a statue mid-room, and I don't like this looking so empty. So for right now, I'm just going to do this. You know, put Khaleesi bust there, keep this as is. If I get the clean Arnold by Darkseid, I'll throw it there. And I'll kind of look complete, you know, in essence, until we get the actual final statues, because I'm trying to get to a point where each display looks complete, even if it truly isn't. I don't like seeing empty spots. It always like bugs me. You know, if every shelf looks like it's filled, then it just looks much, much better. You know, and most likely I'll get Darkseid, Clean Arnold 1/3, you know, and then we'll just place it there and then eventually move it or keep it, you know, and Khaleesi bust there. And I want to keep this for reviews and everything, you know. So I'm kind of doing that in each of my setups, just trying to make it look full. Anyways, I'm playing Nier Automata. I do like it. Doesn't mean I'm going to buy a statue. But I wanted to play a new game, and, you know, so I'm playing this. But I wanted to talk about my 5 favorite games that I've played this year. So last year, you know, God of War, Ragnarok, Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West were like 3 of my favorite games for sure. And I'm looking like, yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know if I think that was the year before. You know, also this game is super fun, Godfall. Anyways, this year, you know, yeah, I know Evil West was this year, and I did replay the God of Wars. Forspoken got bad reviews. I actually loved that game. Now, I'm gonna rank it as number 1, my favorite, and the rest are just top 5. So Hogwarts Legacy, definitely top 5 in my opinion. This was a perfect video game. Literally 10 out of 10. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you cannot get any better than this. Like, I absolutely loved it. The world, going to classes, learning spells, riding the broom or the creatures. It was amazing. An incredible story. 10 out of 10. Crisis Core, yeah, I don't think that's top 5. Wulong Fallen Dynasty, definitely top 5. Another Souls game. I'm a big fan of the Souls games. Now, I don't care for the stories, which is the biggest negative of any Souls game. The stories are the weakest part. They're basically nothing. However, when you're just, you know, like running around a world, killing cool-looking enemies, and it has a, you know, it's very difficult, but also extremely satisfying. Now, I will say, I thought Wulong was one of the much better stories of the Soul games. Like, it's probably the best story. You know, we're like Elden Ring, I couldn't tell you what the story is, honestly. But Elden Ring is still the best one. But Wulong, definitely better than Neo, and probably my 4th favorite overall Souls game. Like, it was incredible. I really like the fighting system, and like I said, it has the best story of them all. The Callisto Protocol, did I beat that? I think I did. I can't remember, it must not have been that good. Okay, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, definitely another top 5. Again, 10 out of 10. This is like Hogwarts Legacy, where it's like a perfect Star Wars game. Granted, you're not playing as like Luke or whatnot, but you do get to fight Vader in it, which was super sick. But this was a 10 out of 10 game for me. It was, you know, definitely improvements upon the original, better combat. And I just really enjoyed this game. You know, it was just an absolute blast, 10 out of 10. You know, so those 3 definitely top 5 for me. Diablo was definitely fun. All right, Final Fantasy 16. This was my favorite game of the year. This game, I will say, the opening like 30 minutes of this game was the most impressive opening 30 minutes of any video game I've experienced in my entire life. Nothing has blown me away more than this game. And just in general, 10 out of 10 story. It's like Devil May Cry fighting style, which I love. That's kind of how Nier Automata is. It's, you know, similar style, and I like that. It's very fun, very fast, action-paced. I love the disappear, reappear, you know, the whole summonings. It was absolutely one of the best games I've ever played in my whole life. I freaking love Final Fantasy 16. And I'm a huge fan in general of all the Final Fantasies I've played, you know, back when I was a little kid playing the Super Nintendo Final Fantasy. I mean, it kind of depends where you were. I called it Final Fantasy 3, but I think it's 5. You know, I loved that one. That one's actually considered the best one of them all. Like when you look at like IGN. And then the most notable other one after that was Final Fantasy X. Frickin' love 10. That one's a masterpiece. And then of course 7 HD remake. Never played the original. And now this one, 16. You know, so that was my game of the year. Final Fantasy 16. Remnant 2. Mortal Kombat 11 or 1. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1. I do like it, but it's also a disappointment for me. You know, I played online for only about 2 weeks, and after that, I kind of just got like... The game feels like every single battle is just a guessing game of, are they going to hit higher? Are they going to hit low? My armor never gets through, and it just became no longer fun for me. I enjoyed the campaign and the other things, but online it was just a hassle and annoying. So it definitely was overall a disappointment. In comparison, MKX, I played that religiously for like 2 years. So that for me is way more fun. So yeah, I'm not even playing MK1 anymore. I stopped playing after like 2 weeks. Lies of P, I would probably put in the top like maybe 6 or 7. Another Souls game, very fun all around, unique, different, definitely fun. The other top 5 for me, Lords of the Fallen. This is probably, maybe number 3. This is, in my opinion, probably the second best Souls game I've played. You know, because this one has a unique feature where like when you die, you don't actually like just die immediately and then have to, you know, go back and find your souls. You actually enter a soul realm where you have to die again. And then if you die again, then you reset. And when you die in that world, you can revive yourself. And when you're in that world, like changes the world. Like there's new exploration, new villains. It's crazy, crazy cool. And I really enjoyed Lords of Fallen. Like the crazy thing is when you look at like Gamefly, where, you know, because I rent these games, I don't buy them. Gamefly, there's a lot of negative reviews for Lords of the Fallen, and I never read a single review. I just played it. My brother said, hey, play this game. It's a Souls game. I'm like, all right, you know, I'll play any game, and if I don't like it, I'll return it. You know, so I played it, and immediately I was like, this is amazing. And after about 4 hours, I was hooked. You know, I liked that more than Lies of P and a little bit more than Wulong. But definitely Lords of the Fallen, that's another top 5 game for me. Oh, shiz. God, Spider-Man 2. That's another one. Spider-Man 2 was absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10. Frickin' loved it. You know, and I'm only talking about games that were released really this year, but Spider-Man 2, definitely another one. Let me think. Spider-Man 2. God, like that's like, they're all so good. Like all those are my favorites. The top 6. You got to include Spider-Man 2. Now, I played Dark Souls 3 and I absolutely loved it, but you know, that is an older game, so we can't include. I also replayed Doom Eternal, Resident Evil 3. Some of these other games like Fires of Rubicon, I returned it, don't like it. I did like Diablo, but I wouldn't make it top. I played Dead Space Remake. That was very fun. Like I said, Forspoken, fun. The Final Fantasy Crisis Core, it was good, but not near as good as 7. Evil West was actually really fun. Yeah, I definitely liked Evil West. And I did replay Last of Us. And I think I even played The Quarry this year. Yeah, and Hades. Hades was actually really fun. And I am playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and Nier Automata right now. Anyways, that is pretty much my top video games for the year. Now, like I said, I use Gamefly because for me, spending $70, then if you don't like it, you can't even return it. I feel like buying video games is really a waste of money unless it's like a freaking God of War. I mean, even still, God of War, I rent it. If I want to replay it, I just buy it when it's $20 or rent it again. You know, I really have a hard time buying video games. You know, but these are some of the games and movies that I'm going to be renting. You know, I want to play the Avatar Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You know, it's like the sequel. That's probably my most excited game for next year. And that comes out in Feb. You know, and these are all the games I'm pretty much playing, plus some movies. So not a ton, but I'd say Final Fantasy VII Part 2 is the most anticipated video game for me next year. But I know there's going to be a ton of games, you know. Video games is actually my biggest passion in life, more than statues. You know I've spent, you know, 300K on statues, but video games is my biggest passion in life. I've been a gamer since I was, as long as I can remember. I've played thousands of games. You know, and I still even play old school games, you know, like retro, Super Nintendo. I play them every single week. Sunday morning, I have a ritual where normally I'd go on my scooter ride and then play retro games for 2 hours. You know, like I beat Zelda Link to the Past recently. I'm playing, you know, Donkey Kong 2 right now. So I love going back and playing those. They're very nostalgic for me and I love them. But at my core, I'm a gamer, always will be, always have been. Way before statues, you know, 25 years before statues, I was a gamer. And I'll be playing video games long after I'm done collecting. So yeah, but yeah, that's basically, you know, my year-end review and top 6 really video games of the year and my most anticipated one for next year. So let me know, in general, are you guys big gamers? Have you played any of these games? And what was your favorite game of the year? Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.